If you're looking for a Fountain Valley property tour and wondering what $875,000 can buy you in Fountain Valley, California, take a look at this one. We're inside Tiburon South. This 3-bedroom townhouse gives you approximately 1,656 square feet, private patio, 2-car garage, and an inside tract greenbelt location. But here's where it gets interesting. In this community, it has 5 pools. Yeah, 5. And we're going to walk you through just like I would a normal buyer. Going to take a look at the property, the community, the amenities, and show you what I like, what you want to pay special attention to. And by the end, you can decide if this is what you'd pay $875,000 for in Fountain Valley. But before we get you inside, one thing that I always point out to my clients is where this property sits inside the community. So it's actually on an inside track, beautiful greenbelt area. The really cool thing about this property is it sits in the middle, inside track, so it's very, very quiet. There's the street. Got a nice lush green belt. You've got this long balcony off the master. Security screen door. Anything facing exterior inside Tiburon South, you do need to get HOA approval. And then here's a few things that I'd look at. And it's just a little bit aging on the screens. You want to just check, make sure that there's not a lot of woodwork damage in this condo complex. The HOA does pay for exterior. And upon entry, I'm looking at tile floor. I'm looking at whether there's missing grout or damaged grout to the flooring. Checking out the Plantation shutters. They're in good shape overall. Sometimes some of these will come loose from this directional bar because people like me open them from here instead of using the actual handle. So I click through these open a little bit. It's got dual pane windows, which is a nice feature. Overall, good condition. Got a little bit of texture touch-up from some nail holes or what used to be shelves. Maybe a little bit of touch-up paint needed, but overall, good-sized living room. Floors are in good condition. Check out this cool thing. This is actually the light switch for the dining room. And I thought it was actually an Art Deco piece, but it's kind of cool. Something different. As you can tell, sometimes homes in this era had the mirrored walls, which gives it a larger depth feeling. And then you've got a little bit of linen storage closet in here. It does have newer doors, which is nice. It's the raised panel doors. Apparently you're getting a free vacuum cleaner when you move in as well. And what's nice is they do have some air filters already set up, which leads me to think that they change their air filter on a regular basis. But then I look at that and I think to myself, well, that could use a little paint. It does have air conditioning in the property, which is a nice blessing. But check this thing out. Cool wet bar. Now, wet bars are starting to come back in. People are doing more entertaining at home. They've got their fancy foo-foo drinks or their I'm going to be sophisticated cool drink. So definitely a little cool spot. Countertops, tile granite, so it's actual cut pieces. It's less expensive that way, but you can replace that. You can glaze it. You can do several things. But you've got some nice light features in here, so you can make a different kind of ambiance light. And then upon the kitchen entry, cabinetry is older. It is true hardwood, so it's a nice thing. You can actually paint. You'd have to primer and sand first before you paint. Whoa, the little WD-40 in that bad boy too. And back inside here, I don't know if you can see it in there, your water heater's in there. Yeah. Normally you'd think, or pardon me, your furnace, not your water heater. You'd want to put that elsewhere, but in these models, the furnaces are in there. You just need to make sure you've got a good air return, and that is what we have there. So, good location for it. You've got some older fluorescent lighting. Everything within Tiburon South is going to be electric, no gas allowed. And countertops are in decent shape. There's a little bit of wear here and there, and you can see some water, that being that close to the sink. This is not true wood, it's particle. But you've got a nice little bay window there. Gives you a nice garden view. Sink's in decent shape. So overall, very, very happy with that. Tiburon South does have something that homeowners are going to want to keep in mind. You've got a sub panel here, and then you've got the main panel out on the drive side of the property. Something that I call into attention for any home buyers and homeowners in Tiburon South is the fact that a lot of these properties have Zinsco brand panels, and those have become delisted. So insurance companies, and the difficulty we're having with insurance within the state of California, does cause a problem. The insurability of these properties, if it has the original panels, is difficult at best to find. They can give you a rider, which allows you a 30 to 60 day process to have the panels replaced, but they will drop your insurance if you don't have them replaced by that time. It's about $7,500 to replace both the panels, and then it's about another $2,000 to have the stucco work. We know because we've had clients who have had to do it, and we've got a great electrician who knows how to do them within this community. I'll tell you about another important factor during this tour that I always have home buyers and sellers explain and find out information about. I'll tell you in a bit, but let's keep going through this. So a lot of times in this property, this is more of a sitting area. The homeowner here had decided to expand their kitchen area. They did have a little bistro table there, and you've got a little countertop. So overall, pretty good condition, and minor little things, nothing major. You've got a little bit of wear at the base there, and that might be from cleaning and mopping floors. And then there's the courtyard, but we're going to hit that in just a bit here. Does have dimmer switches on the lights. So this is another interesting factor about Tiburon communities. You've got this cool, what I call toe buster step up. You've got this step up here, and then you've got the step up down there, which is not a fun feature for most people. Some people do have this entire portion removed. That does mean that you're going to end up with one more step coming out into the walkway, but some people prefer that over busting their knuckles, their toe knuckles, that is. Here's the downstairs bathroom. It is wallpaper, nothing too fancy, in decent workable condition. Let's head upstairs. As I mentioned earlier, something that a lot of home buyers are going to need to pay attention to within the Tiburon community is whether the piping has been replaced. Tiburon community had originally galvanized pipes throughout all the properties here, and they are starting to have issues. And so repiping is another factor that we've got a great plumber who's done approximately 150 of these units, knows how to bid it, knows how to find it, knows where the pipes go and where the lines need to come up and out. So if you own a Tiburon property or buying one and you need a plumber, let us know. Happy to help. So now we're in the primary suite. One of the factors that I wasn't sure if buyers were going to balk at was the carpet condition. So obviously dirty, yes, we did have it cleaned before we went to the market, but that's about as good as it can get. But you can also see that it's pulling. So pulling's not a major factor. You get a you get a carpet guy to go over there, and he pulls and then attaches it to the tack portion there, and it's basically called stretching the carpet back out. But we weren't sure how the buyers were going to feel about that, and didn't have many concerns from the buying field in that aspect. They realized, you know what, it's something that they're going to change the flooring anyhow, so not a major issue. Cool thing about this property is you've got this cool balcony out here. Pretty quiet, isn't it? So quiet. I don't know why I'm whispering. But I will point out that you can tell that this window, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but yeah, right, you can see it right in this section right here. I mean, it's throughout the whole window. But it looks like the seal is damaged, And so that creates that discoloration. The nice thing is it's got these cool little locks here. So you can actually get it to that point and then bingo, now you're secured. What I would probably do is I'd put another hole right about there so I could sleep with my windows open and get that nice breeze. Plantation shutters are in good condition here. Everybody say hi, Robert. Hi, Robert. Primary closet, nothing fancy, nothing big. What is this down here? You're probably wondering what this is. This is the clean out and the valve and the plumbing for the hall bathroom. So let's get you in the hall bathroom. Check that out. Whoa, wait a second. Nearly missed this one. So this is primary bathroom. You've got your vanity sink here, privacy door between the shower and the toilet. You've got that cool skylight in really good condition. Step up walk-in shower. So pretty decent condition overall. And you've got another skylight in here. Both in very, very good condition. Here's that hall bathroom I was referring to. It is a jacuzzi tub. And then behind that wall was the primary closet. So that's the access to the water lines and valves. In good condition. Yeah, it may not be somebody's design pattern, but it is in good condition overall. And then it's got two more bedrooms upstairs. One of them's got hardwood floors. It's built out more as a office. It was more of her home knitting, sewing room. And this closet is super deep. It is at least 3.5 feet deep. So nice feature if you got storage that you want to take care of. Good ceiling fans throughout. And third bedroom. Now we're overlooking the patio and then your garage. So let's get you out there and then we'll get you on your way. As I mentioned, this property, this community does have 5 pools. Ooh, almost lost you there. 5 pools, tot lot. It's got clubhouse as well. But this is what's nice about these communities. You've got your 2-car detached garage. So here's a little bit more of the weathering. Not a major factor. I'd want to make sure that that gets resealed if you're the home buyer. But overall, good condition. Large, super large air conditioner. And nice patio. Little ground area. So, and then let me get you in through the garage and then we will get you on your way. So as mentioned, this property is $875,000. It's located in Tiburon South, which is within the Fountain Valley school districts. School districts are very, very, very highly rated and actually help with evaluation and help owners keep the value of the properties. Never fails. Something loud comes by or the lawnmower. Yeah, it's the Sparklets man. Me and Sparklets water making friends. Yeah, I just aged myself right there. But so this is where you come out, get in your car, and you head out to life. Right over by that tree is one of the 5 pools. But nice, you've got a little bit of storage space here. You've got your water heater, you've got your washer dryer. You even have your little utility sink. So, you know, not much to write home about as far as garage, but it is the garage. And as I mentioned, everything within Tiburon South is electrical, is straight electric, no gas. So if you're thinking about buying something in Fountain Valley and want to compare a Tiburon South or a community similar to that versus a home, well, I will tell you right now, there's no single family residences under $1 million, probably even well beyond that, within Fountain Valley. This one's listed at $875,000. Question I have for you is, would you pay for that? Here in Orange County, in a proximity to a freeway with great school districts, good community, $875, pretty good deal. The buyer that's going to get this one probably going to come in just a little bit under. Market's a little constricting at the moment, but we'd love to share with you information and compare if you're looking at residences or condos within Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley. We'd be happy to help. Give me a call. Talk to you soon. Or check out one of our other videos about walkthroughs on properties, and we'd love to get your feedback. Would you pay $875 for this?